I will now begin the internal inspection. First thing I'll do is take the key and grab the wheel chuck so I can go ahead and chock the drive axle tires. Close the door. Come in, 3 points of contact. First thing I'll say, I will now begin my air brake test. Make sure the air pressure is under 85. Key switch on. You'll be watching the primary gauge here. Air pressure is currently over 100 psi. I will fan down to drop the pressure under 100 psi. I'm dropping the pressure by fanning the brake pedal. Okay, I'm currently under 100. I will now safe start my vehicle. First, I will adjust my seat. Fasten the seatbelt. Check my parking brakes. Pull. Key is in the on position. Neutral and crank. I will now begin the air governor cut-off test. I will accelerate no more than 1300 RPMs to reach maximum air pressure faster or quicker. Stop accelerating and say, the primary needle stopped moving at 131 psi. This was a good test because the air governor cut off between 120 and 140 psi. I will now go ahead and turn off the truck. Key switch back on. Push in the parking brakes. Yellow and red. You will now say, I will now begin the 460 applied leakage test. You will hold down the brake pedal. Do not release. Waiting for the primary needle to stabilize. You will now say, the primary needle stabilized. I will begin the 60 seconds now. You will say, the 60 seconds are done. I did not lose no more than 4 psi. I lost 0 psi. This was a good test. Then you will release the brake pedal. Next test, you will say, I will now begin the low air warning test. You will fan the brake pedal until the lower warning alarm activates. The low air warning alarm has activated no lower than 55 psi. This was a good test. I will now perform the emergency brake test. I will fan the brake pedal until the parking brakes pop out. My spring brakes popped out between 45 and 20 psi. This was a good test. Next, I will go ahead and take my key and go get the wheel chocks from the drive axle tires. Exit using 3 points of contact. Bring the chocks back in. Come in, 3 points of contact. Next, I will safe start the vehicle. Seat, belt, check brakes, key switch on, check neutral, and crank on the engine. I will now refill the air tanks up to 100 psi by accelerating. Okay, my air pressure is up to 100. You will now say, I will now begin the tractor brake test. I will tug forward to make sure the tractor brake is holding. Hold the brake. Release the trailer knob, push in. Put yourself in drive. Slightly come off the brake and feel the tug. Park the truck. Park, neutral. You will then say, the tractor brake is holding. This was a good test. I will now perform the trailer brake test. I will tug forward to make sure the trailer brake is holding. Foot on the brake pedal. Release the tractor. Put yourself in drive. Feel the tug. Park the truck. Neutral. And say, the trailer brake is holding. This was a good test. Next, I will now perform the service brake test. I will roll forward at 5 miles per hour, apply the service brake, and come to a complete stop. Brake. Release both knobs, push in. Drive. Roll forward. Stop the truck, park, pull, neutral. You will now say the vehicle stopped, did not pull to one side or the other, did not have no delay stopping action. This was a good test. Turn off the vehicle. Next, we will do the lighting indicators, making sure they work properly when turned on. First, I will safe start to check the ABS, seat, belt, brakes, key switch back on, neutral, and crank. ABS works properly. It turned on and off. Next lighting indicator I will check for is the left turn signal. Working properly. Activate the right turn signal. And say working properly and point. Next, I will activate the low beams. Low beam indicator working properly. Next, I will activate the high beams. High beam indicator working properly. Then the four-way flashers. Say four-way flashers working properly. I will now inspect the emergency equipment. First, I have 3 reflective triangles behind the passenger seat here. Next, I have a fire extinguisher here between the door and the driver's seat. It is securely mounted. It is properly charged with the needle in the green. Next, I have spare electrical fuses. I will now inspect the windshield. The windshield, it is clean. It is securely mounted. It is not cracked. There's no flaws to the glass. There's no obstructions or illegal stickers except inspection stickers. Next, we have the traffic monitoring devices. The door mirrors, they are clean. They are adjusted from within the cab for visibility. We adjust them here. Next, we have the hood mirrors. They are also clean and they are adjusted manually. I will now inspect the wipers and washers. Point to them. You will say they are secure. Wiper arms and blades, they are secure, not worn, not damaged, work smoothly. Turn it on when you say that. Twist the lever. Next, windshield washer fluid works properly. We currently don't have fluid at the moment. Next, we will inspect the heater. Turn on the heater. Okay. Touch the vents. Say heater working properly. Next, we will inspect the defroster. Hand over the dash and say working properly. I will now inspect the electric horn. Working properly. Air horn. Blow it. Working properly. I will now ask the examiner to exit the vehicle to inspect the external lights. Turn off the engine, turn the key back on, and then you begin the external light check with your examiner.